Hello, hello, lovely people. My name is Kate. I'm a hypnotherapist, and we are talking today about a very interesting, however, for some people, a very painful topic. It's called, the syndrome is called mommy's son. I call it mommy's son. Maybe there are some people who will call it differently. Maybe there is a special term for that, right? For that kind of love as a property, right? Type, but for me, mommy's son kind of represents a lot and resonates with me. What is this syndrome, mommy's son, right? This is a very strong, emotional, dependent relationship connection between mom and the son when he is an adult already, right? So technically there was no separation at some point. Well, there is a healthy connection and there is an unhealthy connection between mom and son. So what is the healthy relationship, right? Healthy connection is when mom and son, they keep the relationship, they keep the connection, they call each other very frequently, right? However, they are very independent in their point of view, in making the decisions, right? Choosing a partner, satisfying their own needs, so they are very independent. They're just keeping the connection, keeping the relationship, right? Very healthy, very emotionally stable relationship. Unhealthy, which is like I call it mommy's son, right? Unhealthy relationship is when mom and son so dependent on each other that they actually lose themselves in each other, right? Sometimes one of them, usually son, wants to break out of that, relationship, that dependency, but he cannot, right? Because he feels like he owns her mom a lot. And I'm talking about man, but it can be a woman as well. It's just, for me, it kind of resonates to talk to other women, right? But you can absolutely identify with it, not identify, but resonate with it as well. If it's like, for example, man and man relationship, or two women, but the same kind of relationship with their mom, with one of their mom. So definitely don't really pay close attention that I'm talking about man and a woman. You can definitely put it into any context. So, usually a man who is a mommy's son, he will put all of his needs, and I'm saying that almost all of his needs aside in order to satisfy his mom's needs, right? Because, as mom says, I had all of these sleepless nights, that I've spent my whole young years, all of my 30s or 20s, I dedicated to you. So now you own me. So, a kid becomes like a, limitless credit card, that you are just taking and taking and taking, right? For mom, their kids become these kind of credit cards or line of credits, right? Where they are taken not in financial term, but in the term of emotional, right? Like acts of service, in that term. Usually it's very interesting. And for women who are noticing those tendencies in their partners, right? It's really important to see that in the beginning of the relationship between man and women, if a man is a mommy's son, right? Or has this syndrome, usually they are amazing. These men are amazing in the beginning. They are attentive, they are kind, they usually are self-sufficient. They know how to do a lot of stuff around the house. Yeah, because mommy taught him how to do those stuff, not for someone else, but for herself. Anyway, however, it's just that it's just the type of person that kind of seems in the beginning of the relationship. So women usually are very, like, they fall in love, right? Because these men are usually very, like, they fall in love as well, they are very, very kind, they can be generous, right? And all of these features that we want to see in our partners, they can have it in the beginning, as I said, in the beginning. However, once the relationship evolve, if actually a relationship are going to the next level, thinking about living together or marriage, right? Or having kids together or just common in-law relationship, right? Usually mom perceives any girlfriend, any potential partner as a competitor. So she starts to criticize, either criticizes her in front of the woman, right? Or she criticizes and talks about her negatively to her son. Like, she's not a good housewife. She doesn't cook very well. She's not a good woman. She's not a good mother if the kids are already there. So she judges, she criticizes. So she kind of like, puts all of this negativity on him, so that and because he feels this guilt and shame and, and unconditional love towards his mom, right? He will listen to his mom and he will definitely start to believe whatever she's saying, because he's still dependent. It's like being a child. Whatever our mom says, we believe it. The same happens with a 35-year-old guy who is dependent on his mom still, right? Not financially, emotionally. So usually, this type of man, they usually believe whatever their mom says, whether it's true or not, because they still did not separate. There is this term in the psychology, separation from parents, right? And if that didn't happen at some point, usually even if the man is like 45 or 50, he can still be dependent emotionally, on his mom. If a girl, right, she's very good, she's nice, she's very compliant, right? Mother can let her son live with this girl, even have kids, maybe even marry, right? Until she complains, or until she starts to defy her, or until she starts to notice that relationship, that dependent relationship, mommy's son, right? Relationship. So when she starts to talk to her husband or partner, right, or boyfriend, right, then mom starts to be really aggressive and angry, right? And usually the phrase that is going along with it is like, the mom will tell her son, there are lots of women. You're gonna find a woman, but your mommy is the only one. You can buy a woman, but you cannot buy a mom. Something in this kind of a nature, right? So for a woman, she really wants to save her partner. She wants to save him. She wants to get him out of that dependent relationship, that close emotional connection, right? She wants to save him, but with no results. Usually there are no results. And she gets frustrated and she gets upset and depressed and anxious until she shuts down. So it's really important to understand that you cannot save anyone from this type of relationship. The only person that can help is the guy himself. He needs to understand that he has to break out of that relationship with his mom, right? Any attempt that a woman wants to talk to her husband or her partner, right, about this type of relationship, it will lead to anger, it will lead to frustration, aggression. So usually mommy's son will say, what's the problem? So what? Or something like, it's all in your head. You're just like making this all up. No, I don't. So all of these phrases, if you hear that, it can be an indication that your partner has a strong emotional codependency, right, with mom. So it's bad. It's not good, right? No matter what someone is telling you, okay, my dog wants to come in, but I'm not gonna let her out because she is manipulating me. Okay, so what's the reason, the cause, right, of this kind of mommy's son syndrome? Usually it's the mom's trauma, like she is overprotective, right? And sometimes without even manipulations. Maybe she's not even criticizing or judging, but she's playing a victim all the time, right? She's like, oh, I'm so old, I can't, you have to help me, like, right? So she's manipulating, but from the place of like unconditional love, you know, or she is usually wants to keep her son to herself, right? All the time, because she is afraid of loneliness. She's afraid of losing, you know, maybe she didn't find herself in love. She's not in life. She's not doing what she wants, right? So she's like completely dependent on her son. Other cases can be a narcissistic mom, right? And it's the majority of cases of the mommy's son syndrome is narcissistic mom, right? It is also trauma from her side, but usually she will manipulate not only her son, but her whole son's family, you know, kids, wife, partner, girlfriend, right, boyfriend, whatever. She will manipulate from a place of unconditional love as well, parental love, right? But for the family, especially for the young family, it is crucial to stay away from that person, because, and it's hard to say that, right, about your mom if your mom is narcissist, but the further away you are from that, the healthier you are. This is just the way it is, you know. Manipulation leads to person's self-worth, you know, lack of confidence, shame, guilt. You know, narcissists can do horrible things to people, horrible, to their own kids especially, you know, and to their partners, right? What to do, what a woman, a partner, right, can do if she has a mommy's son as a partner. She needs to not interfere. She cannot save, you know, that. She cannot fix that relationship. No, there is no point, no matter how hard you try. Sometimes they have to walk away. The hardest decision for a woman, especially if the kids are involved, is to walk away from that kind of person, you know, because usually women, we are prone to put our needs aside in order to fix someone, to save someone, right? To care for someone. And it's not bad, but at the same time, it can damage us as well. So if you have a partner and it has been going for many, many years and you don't see any improvement, right? If you feel down, depressed, sad, if you're lacking confidence, self-worth, if you forgot to care for yourself, please, please, please consider asking for help in order to break out of those relationships, because they are going to damage you and they're going to damage your kids as well. I'm not giving any advices, but definitely seeking help and seeking support is essential. You know, if you cannot make the decision, you can ask someone who can help you, guide you to make the right decision for you and for the people involved, right? So constant, you know, if you feel constant negativity, right, you have to find that safe place. You have to find these couple of days or hours where you can be by yourself, breaking out of those relationships for a little bit, at least for a day, or just to think, to clear your mind and to think about what you really want, right? Because you cannot fix mommy's son syndrome. Only man involved in this relationship can fix it. Only they can separate. Only they can make this hard decision, right? Make a choice at some point, right? Only they can do it. And no one else can, unfortunately, right? If they seek help, that's great. If they don't, they need to really understand what's important for them. So I hope this video brings value into your life, you know, maybe explains to you something that you have been looking for, right? If you like it, please subscribe, you know, to my channel. And if you have a question, please comment below. I will respond, or, you know, private message me on Facebook or Instagram. My links are down below. I love you. Be healthy emotionally and physically. Bye.